Now, I started dividend investing when I was around 24 years old. I'm currently 32 years old, almost 33. We've been at this for around 9 years straight. And so far over the last decade, after buying dividend paying stocks and ETFs basically every single day the market's been open, I built a portfolio that's now worth around $1.5, $1.6 million, and that pays me an estimated amount of $102,000 per year in dividends, or around $8,500 per month. Now, over the last decade of investing, there's a small handful of websites and tools that I use consistently to help me when it comes to things like stock picking, ETF picking, reading expert analysis, charting, and everything else. So in this video, we're going to go over my 5 favorite tools, my 5 favorite websites that are all free, by the way, that have helped me build my portfolio to the point to where I can retire completely off dividend income as of right now. So if you want to see which 5 free websites, which 5 free tools I've been using like crazy, well, then make sure to stick around, drop a link down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker that I'm constantly using here on the channel has also helped so many investors stay on track and allow them to see their dividend income in real time. Well, today I have another treat for you guys. I'm not only going to offer you my A to Z dividend investing ebook and the custom dividend tracker, but also just for a short limited time, I'm going to be adding in my brand new weekly dividend blueprint ebook to show you how you can get started with weekly dividend ETFs and add this into your investing strategy. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below in my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Now let's get back into the video. So before we go over the first one, keep in mind guys, there are going to be free and premium versions of most different tools and websites across the market, but I'm going to be showing you all the ways I use all these sites for free. Now, seekingalpha.com is probably one of the most used tools, one of the most used websites that I use basically every single day I'm investing more or less, and a site that I've been using basically since I started. Now, the cool thing about seekingalpha.com is that you can go in this search bar right here and type in any stock, any ETF, and then with the click of the button, you have access to things like charting, you have access to things like ratings, financials, earnings, dividends, things like valuation, growth, profitability. I mean, there's more data on every single page of every single stock and ETF that any of us could ever even get through. Now, especially if you're just starting off dividend investing, it's super fun to type in different stocks or ETFs, click on them, and then of course, click right here and click on dividends. And inside here, you can see things like the forward dividend yield, which is very, very helpful and very exciting, especially if you're newer to investing. You can see what the frequency of a dividend payment is, whether it's paid monthly, whether it's paid quarterly, weekly, etc. You can even go in here then and look at things like dividend history, where you can see exactly how the dividends have been paid, let's say over the last year or over the last decades. Now, beyond that, there's tons of different cool things you can do on seekingalpha.com. You can analyze things like the financials of a company and see how it's doing, and then give your own opinion, of course. But again, on seekingalpha.com, there is so much data right at your fingertips. And honestly, this is sort of my go-to platform when it comes to just generally surfing around the market and trying to learn more and more about different stocks or ETFs. So all in all, seekingalpha.com should definitely be on your roster. You should definitely have it tabbed at least if you're a trader, just to have some quick access to whatever you might need. One of my next favorite free sites is going to be stockanalysis.com. This is a super user-friendly site. I love the way it's laid out. It's very, very beginner-friendly. Now on stockanalysis.com, just like seekingalpha.com, you can go in here and type in any stock or any ETF. Take realty income again, for example, and you have very similar things like financials, like even forecasts, like dividends, history. You have different charts, etc., etc. Now, the cool thing about this, once again, is that this is all 100% free. They do offer a premium version as well, but I use the free one and it's absolutely awesome. Now, a few of my favorite things on stockanalysis.com, I love the forecast tab right here, where you can actually see different analysts that cover realty income stock and what they think of it, as far as what realty income could potentially do in the future, for example, as far as highs and lows, etc. Now, another one of my favorite use cases for stockanalysis.com is the comparison tool, where you can type in several different companies, several different stocks, for example, and you can compare them by total return or tons of other different metrics. Take Apple compared to realty income, for example. Over the last 10 years, you can see what realty income has returned versus Apple. Now, this is super helpful. Let's say you just found out about a new stock or a new ETF. You can just pop it in right here and see exactly what it's returned so far since inception, or of course, over different time frames. Super fun to use. I literally use this almost every single day, especially like I mentioned, when it comes to finding different stocks or different ETFs you want to dig deeper into. One of my next favorite free tools is going to be dividendchannel.com/drip return calculator, where you can type in 2 different ticker symbols, take SHD versus JEPQ, for example. You then click chart $10,000, invest it, and you can see with the click of the button over a certain time frame what both SHD versus JEPQ have returned as far as total return goes, and even what the ending investment would have been if you invested $10,000 into both of them on that exact same date. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this chart around X, or throughout the internet. A lot of investors, especially dividend investors, use it all the time. But again, just a super fun free tool to mess around with. Type in different stocks, compare to different ETFs. I literally have probably spent hours and hours on this site alone in the last year. My next favorite free tool is going to be the dividend calculator. This is from MarketBeat.com. Now I get it, there's tons and tons of free dividend calculators across the market. I personally have found this one is the best to use. Again, some are really good, some are absolutely horrible. This one is always pretty consistent though. The cool thing about this dividend calculator is that you can type in different situations, maybe different scenarios for your investing situation, and see what things could look like, say 20 years down the line. It even has some charting down here so you can see exactly what things would look like as far as your dividend income goes, your portfolio balance, your yield on cost. Again, just sort of as some motivation or to honestly give you an idea of what things could look like in the future for your portfolio. Now, if you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know that I've used this time and time again to look at things like what $10,000 or $100,000 invested into VIG, into SHD could potentially look like in the future. Super fun tool to use, absolutely free once again. Definitely check it out. Now, the last free tool that I use somewhat frequently, not necessarily as often as the others, but this is going to be MarketChameleon.com. The reason I like this site specifically is it's a little bit more advanced. There's some crazy information on it. But one of my favorite use cases for Market Chameleon is to go through and type in any stock or ETF in the search bar. Take SHD for example, and then I love the way they have it all laid out here, where they show the percentage change from previous year, the prior 12-month yield, and things like percentage change from previous quarter. Now this is super useful, especially as a dividend growth investor, to do some research and to see, maybe ask yourself, okay, maybe this stock or ETF offers a decent yield, maybe it offers a decent dividend, but what has it done since inception? How much have they raised? How much have they lowered their dividend time and time again? Now there's also tons of other interesting features on MarketChameleon.com. Again, I use the 100% free version and I've had no problems with this website whatsoever. Definitely worth looking into if you want to nerd out and look a little bit deeper into some data when it comes to stocks or ETFs. So those are, as of right now, some of the most used free sites that I use consistently, almost on a daily basis, at least for most of them, when it comes to my dividend investing strategy and when I'm looking for stocks and ETFs in the markets. Now, if you guys haven't already, you should go to my first link down below my description and grab my custom dividend tracker like you can see right here on the screen, because this is a tool you are definitely going to use all the time. I mean, this is my most used tool. I look through my portfolio daily and see how many shares I have, whatever the case might be, inside my portfolio. Now, before I go, I do have a question for you guys down below. I want to know what your most used stock market tool, whether it's a website, whether it's an app, whatever the case might be. Comment down below what you think is a very helpful tool when it comes to your dividend investing journey. Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in it and subscribe for more future content like this. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.